Friday, I wasn't even singing. I was just actually waiting for the live stream to kick in. And when the live stream was not kicking in, I thought I better start singing. Otherwise, you just see me sat here in silence. Hey, how are you all doing? Hope you're all okay. Feeling good. Feeling happy. Feeling excited. The weekend is here. Hey, Gary. Hey, Pickstar. Love having you both here. Hope you're both all right. I don't know if you're still here. You might have been here and now you dropped off. But if you're here, hey, great to see you. Hey, Brian. How are you doing? How are you doing? There anyone? Hey, Sergio. Thanks for commenting on the video we put out today about Lazy Load. For those of you that joined in yesterday's live chat, I was collecting resources for that portfolio website. And I can even just share with you over here some of the text I've already started to pull together. How do you increase the size of this notepad thing? Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling together some text for the website that eventually I will be building inside of Elemental, probably like a fake portfolio website. So I'm just pulling over my headline, subheader, some other text, call to action buttons, and some other stuff I'm going to say on the page. So I'm still in the mode of pulling over my resources. Hey, Charlie, Happy New Year to you. Hey, Pigstar, I know, but you know what? Remember, don't overanalyze it, because I used to make that mistake all the time. I used to keep overanalyzing things all the time. Sergio, a suggestion for a live title, live Q&A, all your word. Yeah, do you know what? I quite like that. I'm actually going to pinch that one, Sergio. So you mentioned it yesterday, and the reason I haven't done it, Sergio, is because they're already scheduled and out there. So I will be changing the cover art and the wording for them most likely tomorrow. Well, for next week anyway. Kavinda, when writing an email for a prospect, should it be really small or fully detailed? Well, it kind of matters. By the way, though, when you are writing the email, what are you approaching them for? Are you approaching them to say, hi, do you know me? Well, that's quite short. Or are you going to say, hey, we've looked at your website or your lack of website. Your search engine optimization is really poor. You're not using your keywords. Your competitors in the same area have got better keywords or Google business profile. Your website is 20 years too old. Here's an example hero banner we really think you should consider. We've also noticed that you're not utilizing LinkedIn and things like that. We can help you out with this or talk to you further about it. So the length of the email is dictated by what are you trying to say to them. So are you just trying to gauge interest, or are you trying to just kind of put a feeler out there? What is the basis of the email? That will determine. It's a bit like, okay, how long are you going to spend in the toilet? Charlie, how long are you going to spend in the toilet? Brian, David Lab, all of you, how long are you going to spend? Well, the time you spend in the toilet depends on a number 1, a number 2, or maybe a number 3. 3, 2, 1, stuff like that. Any US-based shipping solution for WooCommerce? Well, I think it depends on the fulfillment center, Raja, I think. But someone else here might jump in. Toes go in first, Brian. Hey, yeah, absolutely, Pez. Thank God it's Friday. You know, really. Charlie B, what is the best way to reduce time to first bite? It could well be a lazy loading of an image. And I put out a video today, Charlie. We put out a video today on how to stop the lazy loading of images. The other thing it could be is header. The trouble is, Charlie, is it's one of these things that's a little bit tricky to get around, because your first bite might be your headline. There's no image. It's literally your headline. That's the first bite, or the whatever's coming through. And often its server speed is a big factor in terms of the time for the first bite. the server speed can be a big factor. And as we know, server speeds are like this, right? Up and down, up and down. So I can't give you a... I'm getting reflection on my lens over here. Hold on a minute. I'm getting reflection on my lens. There we go. That's better. Server speed is a big factor. And there's not a lot you can do about that sometimes unless you get something faster. Something like that. Right, I'm just going to go and get some logos, SVG items. Let me just quickly reply to someone to info at web squadron. So I've just got to reply to someone. Yeah, cool. D. Lucas. They wanted some bit of advice. Now, you will have noticed over here, I'm really, really, really sorry to do this to everyone. By the way, we've got 10 people viewing right now and we've only got 5 likes. If you cannot whip out your muscle, I mean your finger, and hit like, we have a problem, but hit like. Unfortunately, over here, you're going to notice something which I don't think a lot of you will like, but I have to put in place now because I've started thinking about how much time and support we give away. So if we ever do another live site review, I know you're going to hate this, right? The hero banner we do for free. If you want us to review the whole page or more than one page, it's £10 per page. And if you want us to log into your website, it's going to be £35. The only reason I'm saying that is there's been a few occasions where we've jumped into someone's website. I'm really, really sorry, but I'm going to have to start putting these in because we are getting a little bit... There's a lot of requests coming in, and out of the goodness of my heart, I tend to just jump in and help you out and do X, Y, Z. But I am going to say that I've got to draw a line under that because I do keep talking about value your time, and it slightly starts to devalue the time. So I hope you understand what I'm saying about that. Brian, he's got a hosting website maintenance contract, and they want to do a website under the... No way! Talk about that. They want to do a website redesign under the maintenance contract. Yeah. Hey, Jason. Yeah, Brian, I'd love to see how that one works out, right? I hope you get it done. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm just going to go over to a website and see if I can get some icons. Lorem, what was it called again? Do you know what? I can't remember the website name now. The one where I normally get my SVGs from. Where do I go? No, not that one. There's another one I use. That was it. Lorem Logos. No, Logo Ipsum. That's it. Logo Ipsum. Logo Ipsum. That's it. I was literally writing Lorem Ipsum, Lorem Logo, and it's Logo Ipsum. So I just need to go over here because I'll need to find some logos for this website portfolio one that we're going to create. And that is going to lead into some other stuff that is after we've created it. That's going to hopefully give you loads of new value. Yeah, absolutely, Pickstar. Yeah, you know, like, because sometimes, right, we do quite a bit for free, I think. Now, I'm just having a look. I don't think this is going to be good for the logos I'm really after, but some of these are quite snazzy, I have to say. Some of these items on here, there is a bit of pizzazz to them, I have to say. They are a little bit, you know, like, some of these are quite nice as SVGs. For you to use on your website. I do quite like some of these. I must say, some of these are really, really quite nice. So I'm actually going to take that one. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to take that one. And I think that will be it. I think that's all I'll take for now. Just those three. That one, that one, that one, and maybe might even take another one. No, okay. 3, SVG. Yeah, the trouble is, right, is YouTube, this has been mentioned to YouTube a few times now about how the live chats on the mobile are not very good. And at the minute, they have not really come out with anything nice at all. In fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to jump over the Canva. Don't know why I went there. So I'm just going to create some SVGs that I might use on our fake portfolio website. Some people have said to me, why do you keep saying the word fake? It's because I have to explain to people that it is a dummy website or a demo or something like that. Thank you very much, Sergio. Thank you very much for like and subscribing and sharing and otherwise and all of that. You know. Yeah, I mean, that is, some people have mentioned that, and I would say that, do you know what? You can hit like afterwards as well if you want, but it does help if you hit at the time. It does really help if you hit design. What have we got here for design? I'm just having a look at some logos, really. That's quite a nice logo. That's quite a funky one, actually. So I'm just trying to create some SVGs that I'm going to use on our fake portfolio website. I've collected some major images. I've got to collect my example website. I'm hoping I create it tomorrow. And I hope I can get it released maybe for Monday. I might be pushing it if I'm going to get it out for Monday, because it's going to be a pretty long video. Maybe for Monday, maybe for Tuesday, I'll get it out. So Jason, let me explain then. So the way the search engine optimization works, for us to install Rank Math, do your settings and do your homepage, I think it's $480. I've got to check the pricing now. I think it's $480 or $520, something like that. Every other page is then £240 per page. Hey John, how you doing? So we offer the search engine optimization. So it's for the back end, your Rank Math, all of that, and your home page. And then every other page is $240 per page. So what we're saying to the client is, we could do every page for you, but then the cost goes up. Or we do your home page, you look at it, you learn from it, and you adapt your other pages to now help you out with your keyword optimization. Does that make sense, Jason? Does that make sense? I hope that made sense. Right, let's just go and, right, so let me just do that again. There we go. So I'm just looking at some of these images that we've got over here. What can I use to symbolize a rulers and guides? Not rulers and guides, wrong one. Margins, there we go. And I don't want the ruler or guide. Get rid of that. There we go, right. So what can I use as a possible logo for design? Design logo. I'm just having a play here, by the way, all right? So please don't everyone start like getting all panicky with me over what I'm doing, because I am just having a bit of a play here with some potential ideas for, yeah, just ideas for designs and stuff like that. I want the website just to look a little bit different. Sorry, got that wrong. What has everyone got planned for the weekend? What have you all got planned? Has anyone got anything super exciting that they're doing? We're still waiting on one of our clients. Hopefully they have one of their meetings next week to finalise exactly what they're doing. They're a big London medical practice in London, obviously. They're an existing client, but we need them just to kind of make a decision over exactly what they want so that we can start to proceed and move forwards with their design. Hey Mario, how you doing? How you doing? Let's just go with a design logo. Why am I creating my own design logo? Why don't we just go for a design logo, right? Web design symbol. I don't want to do what we always tend to see for web design. I get a bit bored of like what people tend to use is something like this. They tend to use an icon like that for web design, and I'm really bored of seeing icons like that. I find them paintball, Mario. I have not done paintball for I have not done paintball for 15 years. 15 years I've not done paintball. I used to have the helmet. I had a jacket. Not a jacket, like a vest. So I could put all the balls in. When we did paintball the very first time, we went with work. And I arranged it. Man alive, that evening, the bruises on my legs and arms and here as well. Oh my God. Does it hurt? Right? Does it hurt and a half? It hurts, right? It proper hurt. I quite like that design, actually. I quite like that one. That's quite a nice design, actually. It's got a nice, yeah, that's quite a nice design. It's got a nice look to it, hasn't it? But then again, you see, you got to be careful what kind of designs you pull together. So I'll tell you what, let's just create one from scratch. Okay, let's just create one completely from scratch. And I also want it to be black and white. Absolutely, we had so much fun. There was one guy from work who annoyed the hell out of all of us. And what happened was he was on our team, and there was me and someone else, and he was on our team. He fell over onto his front. He was on the floor, and because he didn't know we were behind him, we just offloaded into him. We just shot the hell out of him. Like bang, 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 bang into his back. But yeah, paintball is cool. Brian, you got a black eye in training the other night. How did you get a black eye, Brian? A busted ocular activity. What were you doing, Brian? What were you doing, Brian? How did you do that? How did you do that? Seriously, how did you do that? Like, how did you suddenly just bust yourself up like that? Right, let me just get a circle, and we'll go for this one here. We'll go with a round, something like that. And then I'm going to go for a home symbol like that. Home, website, home, website, home, website, home, website. I quite like that, except I don't want that, so we're going to crop that out like that, and we'll go with something. Sorry if I'm talking, by the way, as well. Hey, Pete, how are you? I'm just finalising some of the resources I need for our website that I'm going to start building out tomorrow. So I'm just creating some, what do you call it? Basically some icons. In a way, some icons, if that makes sense. Let's just get rid of that bit there. So I'm just creating like a home icon like that. That will be the home one. Let's add a page. I'm going to call this one home. Not home. Website. Website. It's not very websitey though, is it? It's not very websitey. It's not very websitey, but we'll have a play with it. Freestyling with a newest student. What was this, judo? What's this judo? So for anyone that's not seen it, because I showed it earlier, and please don't forget to hit like. I've started pulling together some of the content for basically some of the words that we're going to use on the website. So that will be the, that's going to be the, what have I done there? That's going to be the headline. That's the subheader. Some of this will be integrated somewhere. This, I'm going to pick my call to actions from here. There'll be 3 call to actions kind of thing. and then some of the wording that will be put down on the website as well. So I've just pulled together some brainstorming of wording to put down for a web designer portfolio, kind of thing. So yeah, good point, David. A very good point, David. I did not spot that. I did not actually spot that. Well spotted. Well spotted. Thank you for spotting that one, David. I'm trying to find a decent logo. Well, wwws doesn't even mean anything these days, does it? Let's try HTTPS. What happens when you put HTTPS into, what does that give you? There we go. Something like that. Nah, that's a bit shit, isn't it? Oops, sorry. That is quite shit. Let me just check who's jumped in. Video Boy, how are you? Stay compliant. You are right. You are right, David. I nearly missed a trick there. I think that's a decent logo, actually. I think that could work. I'm just trying to imagine how that looks small. No, it's too big. Let's get rid of that. Circle. We'll go with no, not that one. Where's the standard circle? Circle. I just want a circle. There it is. All I want is a circle. It will be a transparent, and there'll be a line, and the line will be about 5 as a border. No, we'll make it bigger. It will be about 10, like that. And we'll just make this be the size it now needs to be. Like that. Designers spend less time picking a card than they do a logo. That is actually very true. That is actually very, very true. Unfortunately, that is true. And I do think we should spend more time on stuff like this. Right, let me get this right. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that with the homepage. The next logo we're going to go for is SEO. What do we get for SEO? No, not SEO. No, yeah, we'll just go with SEO. What do we get? What are the words? What do we get? So all I'm doing is just creating my SVG logos, completely unique for what we're going to do on the website, because I just want to show that across as well. Look, here's where the images came from. Here's where the logos come from. Here's where the wording came from. Here's how you can help yourself out. By the way, all of the wording here, all of this wording that you see here, everything on here, everything came from ChatGPT or GTP, GPT, I get it wrong. Whatever, that chat thing, right? It came from that chat thing. And what I want to do is I don't want to just use I don't want to do standard logos. I really don't. I get fed up with standard logos. They just start to look boring, in my opinion. You know, when you have standard logos, they just, they're neither here or there. No, I need an outline. No, I'm probably creating more work for myself now. Vit, do you claim any intellectual property rights on the web design you create for clients? No, because the clients paid for it. The clients paid for it, and in some way they can do what they want with it as long as they don't sell it on as themselves. So they can't, it is in the contract, they cannot claim to have made it, they can't claim that. If we ever found out, then there'll be trouble. However, they can literally do whatever they want with it. Yeah, they can do whatever they want with it, to be honest. I think it's a dangerous thing if you start to say to a client, right, they're gonna buy intellectual property off you, because in some way I would argue and say, yeah, but wasn't that the whole point of why they had the website built from you in the first place. Unless you mean something else. Unless you mean something else, and I'm not getting. I'm overthinking it. Sorry if I'm overthinking it, but did you mean something else? Hey Mark, how you doing? Hope you're alright, Mark. By the way, Mark's come back from Australia. He's been on holiday. I was going to do an Australian accent, but that probably won't go down too well, so I'm not now going to bother. Ooh, hold on. These are better. Ah, look. These images are much better. Sorry, we are scrapping everything we got here now. These images are wicked. Right, these images are pretty snazzy now. Okay. And I might use some of these icons for the web design one and stuff like that. You wouldn't use a pie chart one, though, would you? What's this effect called, though? What's it called? Doodle composition. Doodle composition with monochrome chalkboard hand style. Doodle composition chalkboard. Okay, right, let's try that then. So, doodle composition chalkboard. Design. Now we're talking, right? Hey Dave, how are you? Hey Maddie, I've just seen your email. Your email's just come through. I've not looked at it yet. Hey D, I hope you're okay, D. I stipulate that any custom code is mine and can be used on their site, and I can still use the code. Yeah, absolutely, of course. I mean, anything you put in there is not exclusive to them if it's any code or like that. It's like they can't stop you. It's not like they can say to you, let's say you built a website for someone as a shop, WooCommerce. They can't say to you, if you build for my competitor, you can't use WooCommerce. Because I'd be like, woo, right? You can't stop us not using WooCommerce. That's not how it works. Let's just see if we can get a design picture here. Do you think I spend a lot of time when I come to crafting out how I'm going to do a portfolio? So, a lot of you are probably for the very first time seeing how much prep time I put in when I create these YouTube videos. You know, usually I'm doing this late at night, but you can now see just how much time and effort I put in to make what we produce be good, really. In fact, I'm going to go for a flow chart. I need a flow chart. What I need is like a flow chart, but I'm really liking the chalk effect. I got to say, I really do like this chalk effect. It's quite nice. But if I don't get the image I get, I'm going to switch to not that one. I need like a it's not a flow chart. What is it? Hierarchy, that's it. Hierarchy. I've probably spelt that wrong. It's yeah, that's how you spell it, isn't it? Yeah, that's how you spell it. Hierarchy. Unfortunately, I'm not getting the design I want. Right, okay. Ignore that. I'll come back onto that. So, I'm gonna the website I'll be creating, okay, is and don't forget to hit like, by the way. Don't forget to hit like. Here's my wireframe for the home page. Okay, there's the wireframe for the home page. Let me get this right. There will be the hero banner, call to action buttons. Then you got a little bit image and there's some services. Then we got an image and some other stuff. Then down here we'll have another full banner image. And then down here we'll have like the contact form. I'm trying to see what the image is if you're wondering why my eye is all the way over there. Just there as well. And that should be... There's going to be an about page, a services page, a portfolio page, and a contact page. In total, 5 pages. And I've just started drafting out how many images I need as well. Look at that. 2 person, 1 website, 6 website, 1 person, 2 person, 3 website. Look at that. That's my logic for when I'm doing my wireframing. Sketchy, because it is sketchy, but it works, okay? It works. It works. Yeah, just a bit of paper. Just a bit of paper, right? It's quick and easy, isn't it? What's this website for? This is going to be a portfolio website. So a lot of our websites that we've been building on YouTube, mainly because I've been getting them out so quick, they've been one-page websites. Very basic 1-pagers. The next one I'm going to put out is going to be a 5-page website. It's going to be a 5-page website. It's going to be going through, you know, your structure, headline, subheadline, call to action. Because a lot of the websites that we've been reviewing online have been web designers. A lot of them are web designers. And they're making quite a lot of mistakes, in my opinion, in what are they saying. Because a lot of them are going like, "Hi, I'm Brian. I'm a web designer." And then underneath that, the next section is, "I design websites." And then underneath that, "I can help you make a website." Yeah, I get it. You're a web designer. I knew that before I even got to your website. About, "I'm still Brian." By the way, I don't mean Brian does this, but you get the idea. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And you know what? If you pretend that this was a real client, right? And I said to the client, "Your hero banner over here, we're going to have a split, right? You'll have your words on the left-hand side and we have an image, and the image will be a person in front of a website." So you can see there, the person is in front of the website, and they sort of go, "Can we not do that?" Right, okay, fine, boom, boom, boom. Rough idea. And that's what you do. Yeah, Martin, go for it. You can ask my listing question. I might not know, but you can still go ahead and ask. Go for it. It's what we're here for, right? It's what we're here for. Go for it. Anytime now. Go for it. We're all eagerly waiting to hear what you're going to say. Go for it. Doesn't have to be a really big, long question. A basic question would do as well. In fact, the more basic, the better. In fact, I would say. The more basic, the better. You know, don't overwhelm us. Don't overwhelm us. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Yep, so the basic search on the homepage, yep. You have to okay, to do a basics. No, go on, Martin. You ask your full question. Can I drill down on search terms? Yeah, if you hit like, please. If you not hit like, when you say drill down, you have to connect the basic search to the advanced search. You got to make sure you got exactly the same fields. So if on your basic search you type London, when you get to the map, it's already drilled through to London. So you got to make sure the basic search, whatever fields you're using on the basic search, must be within the advanced. So on the advanced search, the explore page, you might have had 6 search items, right? Category, tags, proximity, other stuff, right? Hey, Zanti. So if you got 6 of those there on your My Listing Explore page, whatever you pick from here, only they can be on your home page, your basic search. For anyone that doesn't use My Listing, this will be gobbledygook. So if you've got 6 fields in your Explore page, you must pick from them to go on the home page. So you can't on the home page put color of hair if the color of hair is not on the advanced form, right? So if the advanced form has city, you can have city. If on here you've got services, you can have services. Region, you can have region. Yeah? What you can't do on the basic form is say services if it's not on the Explore advanced form. Does that make sense, Martin? I hope that makes sense. Hey, by the way, Zanti, I did notice just as I was going on live, I noticed that you were on your live. So sorry that I've still started mine because it was scheduled in. But I did notice that you were on yours, and I hope that went well. How did it go? I hope it went really, really well. If first drop down is bananas, then second drop down is large, medium, small choices. Okay, in that scenario, if I'm honest, that's not going to work well on the basic one. You got to use the explore page for that, so that the basically you got to make sure then that the items are affected by any other option that you pick. So let me explain that. You have to make sure that in your advanced form, the search criteria is only shows relevant items. So if you pick bananas and there's no large or medium and there's only small, then the option for small is the only one that becomes available. That is on your explore page. Wow, that was fizzy. So I'm still trying to get my nice icons, and I'm not doing too well here. I just don't want to... I mean, then there is part of me that goes, why do you have to have icons? Why do we all... Why is it, actually? Here's a good point. Whenever we show services, it's very common for people to put an icon. You don't have to put an icon. We seem to do it because we think it's going to, like, make things look better. Whereas... you don't have to always go for an icon, right? Do you agree with me on that? Would you say you kind of agree? Sometimes just making crystal clear what the services are should be enough. And thinking about it, I have already added in some icons. So why am I faffing around with it? In fact, you know what? I've already got icons. Let's not faff around with that too much more then. I'm just going to close down Canva. Yeah, that's in the Explore though, Martin. So like I said, it's in your Explore page, not the basic. Or as far as I know, I might be wrong, so you might have to play with it. You might need to go in and say, only show available items. So if you pick bananas, you want the next one to only show you what is relevant for that. In fact, bananas won't even be visible unless you do have bananas. Yeah? So the logic can work with like that as well. Yeah, Zanti, it'd be good to see you doing your soft kickoff for 2023, though. Really good. Get our targets in place. What are we going to achieve this year? What are we going to do? What are we going to improve on? What's my view on horizontal scroll? I have to say, yeah, okay, look, horizontal scroll is, I think it's okay. You can get away with it. The only problem is though is that it's not going to look that it's not going to be the same when you're on a mobile. Number one, so you got to think about how many times someone has to scroll. Number two, we are hard coded into going downwards, right? And sometimes going sideways feels fake. It feels like, if, however, you are very, very consistent and you have a basis for doing it, I would say go for it. And I would say the only time it really works, in my opinion, okay, is when you have a really strong image. So let's say you got a cityscape or a landscape or a bunch of people. Or graffiti, like something really stylish where just having it on that size desktop does not do it justice. You really want to show it off. And as they go through it, you're giving them something more. You're making them want to see more. Then it can work. But again, when I go to a website, I actually get a bit peeved off when they've done it for no good reason. There is no good reason. They just did it because they could do it, right? So sometimes I kind of go, yeah, like Zanti says, actually, there you go. Creative idea. So it's got to be It's got to be worth it. Oh, sorry, John, was that a question to me? I just noticed your thing there about English not being the first language. Most of the websites in the US, but we can do business. Would you recommend installing G-Translate? Do you know what? I would only go for a Translate one if I knew it was needed. Because I don't want to be funny here, but you can, but a majority of websites you can get away with just English. However, if you know you are getting sales in China, Vietnam, I'm trying to think of somewhere now. Uruguay. If you're getting a lot of services in different areas, you may want to think about it. Portugal, right? You may want to think about, okay, having a translator. But a lot of it depends on where's the traffic coming from. And if you go to Google Analytics, right? Oh, got you, John. If you go to Google Analytics, you're going to get an idea for the geography of people, how they're getting to the website. Or your client may have an idea as well, based on sales or questions they get as well. So I would say base it on where the audience is coming from. But I just realized I've got something on my top. Got something white. I think I've dropped something on my t-shirt. No, so what I would say, is have a look at where the audience and the needs are. But 9 times out of 10, I think you can get away with just English on the website. Hey, Tower Kangas, how you doing? I was in the process of pulling out some icons that I'm going to use on this fake it to make it. Sorry, no. Fake website. I do need to still pull together some artwork, but I'm hoping Deep L Translate. That sounds like a porn show, Charlie. What kind of websites are you going on? Aishman Gina, I need help. Yep. You see this bit over here, Aishman? So what kind of help are you after? I mean, Aishman, you can't come on here and say, I need help. Like, what? Has a car hit you? Is your building on fire? You're stuck in the toilet? Run out of toilet paper? Right? What's going on? What's going on? I need help. What help do you need, Aishman? Come on, mate. Tell us what you need. And don't forget to hit like. There's 28 people watching right now. We've only got 19 likes. Now, if you're watching on the mobile, that's probably why. But don't forget to hit like later on or afterwards. When you design a site, do you use the free responsive modes? I have to be honest. I just use the desktop, the tablet, and the mobile. I have to be honest here. I don't bother. I've got to a point now where I don't bother with the laptop or the horizontal mobile. I have to be honest, because it's a load more work, load more hassles, and if you think carefully about your layout, percentages and responsive font clamp for your fonts and all of that, if you think very carefully, you can get away with just those 3. Because I get a bit... I helped out someone on a website once and they had something like 9 or 10. And it was like, oh my God. So you got to fix it there, then do there, then do there. And it was like, okay, now we're hitting a world of pain, right? And the layout, it was like... And when some of them are using absolute positioning for some of their little icons and stuff, because, they got movement and stuff going on, it's... Right? It slows you down, okay? And a bulk of the websites we've built, when we're building with Elementor, we've only ever gone with the desktop, tablet, and the mobile. That's it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And that's it. Is Web Squadron your main agency website? To be honest, though, Video Boy, we still have the Bats one as well. But the Web Squadron one, we drive a lot of stuff through there because that's the one that's most recognised now as well. I am in the process of updating that though, video boy. So I'm in the process of making some changes, but we got so much other stuff on. Our website always comes last in terms of priorities. So Eichmann, I need all my product variation to show different URL. I'm not sure why you would do that. So you need all your product variation to show different URL. And have you looked for any... Okay, look, questions here, Eichmann. Yeah, Eichmann, you might have missed this over here. Do you see here what it says? Do you see what it says there? Look where my finger is, Eichmann. Look here. See this bit here? You're asking me to go to... I mean, that's an Amazon link, right? I get that. That's an Amazon link. I get that. But you might need to look at another solution. You might need to look at a WooCommerce add-on. You might need to look at... I mean, what I would say is, have you looked at any plugins or solutions? Have you investigated anything on, I don't know, Code Canyon? Code Canyon? Yeah, Code Canyon. Or a code snippet. Or something whereby your variation goes directly to another URL. Have you looked? In fact, doesn't WooCommerce do that already? WooCommerce, I'm pretty sure... Yep, D, by the way, D, I got your email, okay? D Lucas, if you're still online. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Michael. And then sometimes you get a bit like you have a customer and they've got either a really weird sized phone or a really large phone, and you start hitting tablet territory, and yeah, it always gets a bit funny. Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest though, Pete. I think it's becoming lesser and lesser with people using tablets for some reason. Now Zanti, here's where you see. When I set my desktop, I set the boxed width to be like 1100 or just under 1100, because I find 1100 looks absolutely fine on the desktop and it looks absolutely fine on the laptop as well. So sometimes I do that. I'm just double checking what Eichmann has written here, because I'm pretty sure it's already in WooCommerce variation URL. I'm pretty sure. That I'm pretty sure you can do it. Hold on. I think you might need a plugin. Mate. So, yeah, I can't answer that. I can't fully answer that, because what you're looking for is a custom URL for... Well, look, it says custom URL, try to create a page. Yeah, I think you're going to have to... What you need to do, Eichmann, is look, here's what you should do. Go to Facebook, go to the WooCommerce community, because there is one, and go and ask the question there. Because we could all start firing ideas and stuff at you. However, someone probably will have the answer. So go to the Facebook WooCommerce community, ask the question there, and you might get a better answer. So Love Your Life, they go for 1120, tablet 85%, mobile 90%. Is this setting good? Tablet 85%, mobile 90%. Is this good? The thing is, Love Your Life, okay, it depends on your content. Yes, I did, Gary, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to say thanks for that. The guide, I got that. Stable diffusion, I got that guide, yeah. Love Your Life, all I'm going to say, yeah, is that it depends on your content. It's very difficult to start talking about that. But I have got a video that will be coming out hopefully next week, which is a full portfolio website that I'm going to be building out, which I would recommend you probably go and watch when it comes out, because that's going to cover off a heap of stuff. And rather than it being a one-page website, we're going to be doing a full website, not just one page, a full website. Off canvas menus, stuff like that, blah de blah de blah, you know, and also like page speed as well. Aishman, look, let me ask you a really direct question here, okay? And don't take this the wrong way. What is stopping you from going to the Facebook WooCommerce community? Look, I'll even show it to you because you seem like you're worried, right? What is stopping you from going over here and typing in WooCommerce community? Look, it's right here. Hello, there we go. Look, the WooCommerce community, it's got 50,000 members, and you go and ask your question here. Because someone here might already have answered it, or they're going to know what they want. Look, variation URL, let's see what we get. Maybe no one's answered it. Who knows? But what is stopping you? Look, go and see what they said. Go and see what they're doing. Go and ask your question here, right? Okay, go and ask your question. Look, this is variation URL. So it's like saying, I need a website. How do I build it? And I'm like, you got to wait till Monday or Tuesday for me to do the portfolio one, or go and watch some of the others. And then the person's like, but I need it now. Yeah, but you got to wait. Or there's the other route to connect with proper WooCommerce experts. So I would say go there, right? Go there. I mean, it is you never know. Someone in that group might say, what's WooCommerce, right? Who knows? Maybe they joined that group because they thought it was like a Ric Flair appreciation society. Woo! I don't know. But go there and have a look. It's what you got to do. Sometimes I say the best place to start, like Martin, I don't know if you're here now, but it's a bit like so Martin's question. I think I helped him out with that as best as I could. But I would say you can ask here, but really your first point of call, the moment you have that issue, should be the relevant community. We've got the Web Squadron group. We've got the Elemental group. You've got the My Listing Facebook group. You've got the WooCommerce one. You got the Bricks one. I wouldn't bother with the Breakdance one. But you got all these groups. So I would say start where you have the collective intelligence. I can't believe I'm even explaining this. There's 50,000 members. Someone there is going to say, Aishman, you're talking shit. Can't be done, or it can be done with a plugin, or yeah, we can help you out with it, but it's going to cost you $100 because it takes time for us to set up. You now have to weigh up how vital and important is this to you or your client, right? Is this for you? Is this for a client? Did you agree to this in the spec without knowing what to do? That's dangerous. That is very dangerous. Don't ever agree to something unless you know you can do it, or you know someone else who can tell you how to do it. 30 people watching, got 25 likes. Get your finger out your belly button, fluff it a bit, and hit that like. Nah, don't worry, Gary. It did get through completely fine. Got through completely fine. Yeah, I mean, Reno does go for 1120. I actually go for 1100. I go for 1100. And here's why I go for 1100. If you're using like a Surface Pro 4 or a Surface 1, sometimes 1120 can be quite close. However, please remember, just because you are using 1100, right, does not mean you make all of your text go all the way up to the left or to the right. You can still add in a bit of padding. Maybe it's 1%, 1.5%, 2% padding. So even when it goes to the tablet and the mobile, it has still got the padding. 2%, right? Do you know something, Dave? I used to go up to 1,200. I used to go up to that, and then I found that when I was looking at it on the MacBook, so on the desktop, 1,200, wicked. When I went to the MacBook, it was right up a little bit too much. And even when you do the padding, then it made the words kind of wrap a bit more than I really wanted it to. That's why I now go for 1,100-ish. Hey, take care. Go and grab your lunch. Go and fill your bellies, Auntie. See you soon. You take care. And by the way, hey Mel, didn't say hi to you. So tonight I will be doing more resources, getting my stock together, getting my thinking brain into motion, sorting out my process, and then hopefully tomorrow I am going to mash out. Yeah, the thing is, though, Video Boy, yeah, I mean, 1140, 12, on the MacBook, 1,200 can be quite, right up to the edges now, but it can work for you. But I've got to sort out my roadmap, and then hopefully tomorrow, it'll probably take me 4 to 5 hours to record, because it's going to be a pretty big video, but I really want to try and fly through it. I don't want to do too much talk. I want to really just go, right, let's just hit it hard. Boom, 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 boom. Let's knock out a homepage. Let's knock out the about page. Let's knock out the services, the contacts, the portfolio. Rat-a-tat-tat. And obviously make it mobile responsive. Hopefully also check the page speed as well. How we go along. It will be built in Elementor though. I'm not doing it in Bricks. I'm going to be doing it in Elementor. Mainly because it's got a bigger audience, And then later on at some point I might do a Bricks version. That being said, you could watch the Elementor video because it is mainly about the presentation and the style of how it looks. And of course, after I've done the big detailed one, I'll then do a 10-minute summary, which is like, if you want to know how this was built, you go and watch that video. But here's an example layout of how I'm putting it together. Please comment on if you like it, loathe it, hate it, piss on it, do what you want on it, shit on it. Okay, hey, please don't forget to hit like if you've not hit like already. This isn't the Ask Me Anything. You can ask questions about me, WordPress, Elementor, Bricks. I might not have the answers, but I will try. Or I'll just direct you to the WooCommerce Facebook community, which seems to be doing quite well as well. Did anyone see the videos I put out today about Flipkart? So in Bricks, some people have struggled to do Flipkarts. And I got the code from GPT, and I managed to work it out, and it worked. Brilliant. And then I did a version for Elementor, whereby rather than being restricted by the Elementor Flipkart, and by the way, I'm not a fan of flip boxes. I'm not a fan of them. But if you were really going to do it, and you wanted to make it really, really bespoke, rather than you doing like a template and then put a short code into the Flipkart for the front or back, you can build it on the fly, on the page, without having to do a template. You don't need to go to a template and then put the short code into the Flipbox for Elementor. You can now build it how you want, on the fly, on the page. So Pete, I will be, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that the trouble is, Pete, that when you're building live, with SiteGround and Elementor, the score might go like that. But I'm going to try and get it to be 100%. Well, not 100%, over 90% for the mobile, okay? Absolutely halal. I really hate flip cards when you're on a mobile. When you're scrolling and there's like 10 of them and you're like, oh, flipping heck. Flipping heck. I hate it. Hate it. But yeah, Pete, I will be. Like Like, look, Pete, so here's my question, okay? When you say you're in the 80s, okay, you kind of have to draw a line. And I would say anything over 70 is okay, is fine. Anything over 80 is good. Anything over 90 is amazing, right? Remember, though, there might be stuff on your website pulling the score down, but if the website needs it, hey, Andrew, if the website needs it, you need to show those images, you need to show that content, you let it go. You got to let it go. If we keep chasing the 99% score on the mobile, what happens is we start to remove stuff off the page too much, and the context and the basis of the page gets lost. So what I'm going to say is have a think about, is it really worth worrying about? And I would honestly say that if your mobile score is over 70, let it go. Just let it go. If it's below 70, have a look. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But I would say over 70 is okay. It's fine. It's okay. Move on. Over 80, good. Over 90, amazing. Brilliant. Well, no, amazing. No, brilliant. 100 or 99%, whoa. But then again, maybe some people are hitting a 99% on the mobile. I mean, do you know how many times I've watched? This gets me mad, everyone. Hello? This gets me really flipping mad, right? There's a lot of people out there that put out a page speed video on YouTube, right? If you're watching, you know who you are. They put out a video. The page is nothing but a blank page with a header, a tiny text box and an image. That's all they've got. Header, text box, image. That's it. It's all above the fold. That's it. And then they hit 100%. And they go, yay! And I go, I know a lot of my web pages that I build and test on, they're basic. They're not doing anything amazing. But there's more content on there than one header, one text, one small image. Right? Make it real. Make it real. Pete, look, the fact you're hitting 91 is good, okay? The fact it's hitting 91 is good. It just means your server speed does this. And you got to let it go. You got to let it go. You know, motion effects does not help. Entrance animations don't always help. Because that can cause like a cumulative layout shift, even though it shouldn't. But it can do. Font swapping sometimes does not help. Icons don't help. Videos and sliders at the top. Don't do it. Don't do it. Never helps. Right? Google Tag Manager knocks off 20%. Cookie consent knocks off 15%. Facebook Pixel knocks off 10%. So you have to weigh it up with what have you got? What do you need? Does it work? Do you still get customers? Is your search optimization okay? Are people still visiting? Draw a line, right? Just draw a line. Now, if your website is 20%, you've got a problem. We have a problem here that needs looking into, right? Absolutely what Andrew says there. Same with SEO. You got to juggle a bit. You do the best you can. Okay, look, Jet plugins is more refined. And of course you have the associated, filters and all that, which you can also use with ACF. ACF and custom skin, just as good. But what I would say, love your life, is that you're saying you're torn. Does that mean you've tested both of them? And if you like both of them, you need to grab a bit of paper and go, what don't you like? Yeah, you can do that, D. Get rid of the cookie consent. You can stick your own in. You can do that. But love your life. You have to draw a line and go, what don't you like about ACF? What don't you like about Jet plugin? What don't you like? And then decide. Remember, you can probably get away for free with ACF and whatever else you're using. Jet plugin, you got to pay for. So you got to think about that. Yeah, mobile is a pain in the Uranus, Maddie. You're taking us back to Uranus. Yeah, exactly, Michael. And this is something I say to clients. So here's something, here's something I like to do. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Leonardo switched to pods. Pods say means you go from 2 plugins to 1, which is great. Right, just back to what Michael said. If a client says they're going to have Google Tag Manager and Facebook Pixel, I show them the score before we add it and then the score after we add it. So I don't want them to say, hey, Carapos. I don't want them to say, hey, my website score is 65%. Because I want to go back to them and go, actually, your score was 92%. Here's your score. It was 90-flipping-2%. As soon as we added Google Tag Manager and Facebook Pixel, your score went down to 65. Right? Now you make a choice. Right? I can't, you know. Halal. Now, do you know something? I have done that where I've put the Google tag in the footer, and I have found sometimes it works and sometimes it still affects the score. And I put it down to server speed. I could run our page through Page Speed Insights. I tell you now, I could run it and I'll hit 98%. Web Squadron, I could run it. I could run it again half an hour later and it is 65%. I could run it again later and it's 75%. I could run it tonight and it goes back up to 97, 98%. There's been occasions where it has hit 100% on the mobile. It happens. It's service speed. It happens. Now listen to what Dave is saying. He does Jet Engine. He is a master guru. He's a cool guy. He knows what he's doing. Okay, we have been live for 1 hour and 6 minutes. I'm going to be live for another 2 minutes. We're going to be live for another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to go and collect a few more resources. I've got to reply to a few emails. I've got to sort out WP Social Ninja thingy-majig for someone as well, and pick my son up later. In fact, I need to leave the house earlier because I need to post something, pick my son up, and then crack on with some other stuff tonight. So look, final chance, 1 minute for you to ask any ending final questions do you want to ask. And by the way, take care, Mark. Speak soon. Hey, Mr. Gecko. Yep, you are in the final minute, but you know, take care, Charlie. Of course, you know, if the answer takes longer than a minute, I will stay to answer the question. So go on. Have you got a question you want to ask? Exactly, Michael. And that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes, do you know, there was one time, right? I must have wasted 2 hours continuously checking my website, purging the server, continuously regenerate, because the score was like that. And I was like, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. Can't be right. Can't be right. And then it went up. So just because your score is down now, you have to check it later on. Check it every 5 minutes and you'll see the variation. I don't use cadence blocks. I did try cadence. I found it very complicated in the settings. But at the moment, I don't use cadence. Yeah, take care, Pete Cosgrove, Martin as well. Maddie, were you in drama? Was I in drama at any point in my life? When I was young. When I was a teenager. So when I was about 13, 14, 15, 16, whenever there was like a play, I put myself forward. I was like, hey, I can do this. Put on a voice, put on an accent, be miserable, be really serious, be jovial and happy. Yeah, take care, Jason. Great having you here. Hey, love your life. Of course not. I mean, there are some people that say you're too loud, you're too animated, you say this, you say that, and quite frankly, I'm like that. I don't care, right? We keep it real because web designers, we are real people, okay, from different backgrounds, from different countries, languages, skill sets, what we can and can't do, families, no families, living on our own, eating, non-eating, dieting, exercising, growing massive belly buttons. We are different, but we are all real. We are not manufactured. I can't think of the word now. We are not manufactured entities that adhere to an organizational belief or strategy where we must talk and do this, because if you don't do this, you're not going to get any work. No, we're real. And we form relationships with our peers, with our community, with each other, with our clients that take us forward and onwards. Hey, Sinan, I'm literally about to jump off now, my friend. Please make sure you hit like if you're not already hit like. I am now going to go and say goodbye. Take care, everyone. I'm going to jump onto my bike, finish off some work, answer some emails, do some other stuff, and I will see you on Monday. Hopefully, we get that big portfolio website done. Would you like to see me get it done? I hope so too. Right, take care, everyone. Catch you later. Keep watching. Bye.